I was watching a really insightful video on aging, and somebody made a comment saying that their 20s felt like their high school years. You don't remember every detail, but you know that they shaped you, and the years themselves didn't define their whole life. And I was like, that is honestly so real. We grow up with this invisible checklist, like by 25, you should have this, by 30, you should have that, by 35, you should have your whole life figured out. So the second that your life doesn't match that timeline, then you start panicking. Then there's beauty standards, which is a whole separate thing in itself. We've always been told that our value comes from being young and hot. So getting older naturally feels like you're fading into the background and like you're less visible and less interesting and less worthy. And we often treat milestones like they're finish lines, like the degree, the job, the wedding, the house, the kids. And like once you hit all of those, then all of a sudden the best part of your life is over. But guess what? Your life doesn't end at 20, at 30, at 40, or at 50. I also recently saw a Mel Robbins episode with Carl Pilmer, and he was talking about how people over the age of 65 are oftentimes happier than people in their 20s. And not because life gets easier, and in fact it probably gets harder, like they're dealing with health problems, with loss, like with real problems. But it's because they're not chasing everyone else's timeline anymore, and their priorities shift to what actually matters. How exciting is it to think that like in 2030 or 2040, you could pick up a hobby that completely changes your life and makes you fall in love with life again and just becomes your thing for forever. How could you possibly be excited for that if you've already decided that after a certain age, it's just all downhill? If you really believe that your best years are behind you, then you will stop looking for new ones, and you'll probably go into an existential crisis. Fearing aging is honestly such a waste of the time that you do have. Being scared of aging is kind of like being scared of the very thing that you hope that you get more of, which is time at the end of the day. And I know people say this all the time, but the older that I get, the more that I really do see aging as a privilege. I know people my age who are no longer here anymore, and they never got the chance to grow older, and that really just changed everything for me. And now all of a sudden, another birthday doesn't feel like something to hide. It feels like something I almost lost. And every year that I get older, I thank God. There is not a single age where you are too late to be happy. You are allowed to restart at 29. You are allowed to find your person at 36. You can find your thing at 45, and you are allowed to feel brand new at 65. Aging isn't you running out of time. It's you being given more of it.